You are welcome to today's episode of Formula for Everyday with the Formula Law.
Hi, welcome to Formula for Everyday podcast. I am your host, Lawrence Nkwocha, the Formula Law. Today we're going to be looking at the book review we started last week. We're going to be continuing with the chapter 4. The topic or the title for chapter 4 is Feed the Beast. Yes, feed the beast. So what you pay attention to is what you get, and the more attention you give something, the more you feed it, the stronger and more powerful it grows. So whatever you place your attention on, be it your work, your even the negative obsessions, once you put your attention in it and you continue to feed it, it will grow and become very powerful. So if you're always doing your work, you're always putting effort into your work, you're always giving your work your best part of the day, you tend to be better at that skill, that work that you're doing, and you eventually come out with better results. The thought of reaching my potential actually feeds me. Whenever I think about what I can achieve in my space, how I can become one of the 1% in my space, it feeds me, it pushes me more into putting in more effort into what I do, because I know that very, very limitless. The amount of progress I can achieve in the next few months or in the next few years is very, very remarkable, and it tends to push me more, it tends to feed me, it tends to feed the beast that I'm trying to nurture. Okay, so he said success feeds what you do, winning also feeds what you do. So winning matters. Whatever it is you're doing in this life, winning matters. If you're a student, getting that A matters, passing that examination matters a lot, because it tends to feed your obsessions, it tends to feed your future ambitions. Okay, so he said production also feeds. Like the more you continue to produce, like if you're a content creator, the more content you continue to produce, it feeds you, it motivates you to want to do more and more. So a very important question you should always ask yourself is, what drives you? What drives you will continue to drive you, and whatever it is that drives you, you need to continue to feed it and give no place for doubt, because the truth is that once you stop feeding the beast, you begin to give room for doubt, and that's what actually tends to weigh you down, and you spend so much time being unproductive and achieving nothing. So you must learn how to feed the beast and starve the doubt. You must feed the different beasts in your life. He actually made a point here why he didn't use the plural. You know, there are different beasts in your life. There could you could have a very great obsession for philanthropy. You want to give to the society, you want to give to your community. You can have a very strong obsession for your church or wherever it is you worship, that you want to actually help the work of God going on there, and you want to give. Okay, you can have a very strong obsession for personal development, wanting to help other people grow on a personal level. You could have a very strong obsession for your organization. So whatever it is this is, you need to keep feeding it, and you need to keep doing the things that give you that energy, that drive. You know, there are some certain activities that you do and it tends to infuse you with so much energy and enthusiasm. That is what you need to keep doing. And whatever it is that actually makes you feel down, depressed or lost, then you need to try your best as much as possible to avoid such. So if you feed the different beasts in your life, your dreams will have higher probability of becoming a reality. So the entire process of achieving success most times is a probability. So it's the frequency of how you actually attend to the beast that you want to make you become very obvious and stand out from the crowd is what actually helps you to attain that high level of success. So stay focused on what allows you and your business to grow, and invest no time and energy or resources in those people or those things that don't help you grow. So feed your obsessions. Never tell yourself anything is impossible, and never decide that anything is impossible. Look, the only thing that you can call impossible are things that somebody has not tried out yet, or somebody has not thought well enough to be able to do. Trust me, the possibilities on earth are endless. Yes, everything that can be conceived by the mind, according to Napoleon Hill, he's saying in his book Think and Grow Rich, whatever you can conceive and believe, you can achieve it. Trust me, like so many years ago, people thought that technology, like the kind of technology we use now, it would be impossible. Like calling people that are abroad with just few units from your data on your phone to see them live, like you do video calls with people abroad. Like it looked very impossible. Like we are having supercomputers in our pockets. Like a few years ago, doing this podcast would have been impossible, but now I can make my own radio station and actually do my podcast as much as I want. I can even have my own TV, YouTube. There are endless possibilities today. So never call anything an impossibility. Whatever dream you have, you need to conceive it, continue to nurture it, continue to feed it, and you begin to see different ways by which you can achieve those dreams. So feed the beast. So never tell yourself anything is impossible. You will judge yourself less for coming short than for not going for it. It will be much more better for you to try something out and you don't get to the level you want. And in the process of that, you even get to learn than not even trying it at all. It's better to try and not get as much as expected than not to even try it at all. Okay, so goals are critical to your life's happiness and fulfillment. They are not just something you write in a book or on a sticky note. So they are very important to your life's fulfillment. You need to feed the beast so that it becomes so powerful and there is no room for doubt. You eat, sleep, breathe your goals. Every morning, every night, when you wake up, when you're going to sleep, you need to look at your goals. If possible, you need to put them on a wall, memorize them, internalize them, ensure that you always remember your goals and every single thing you want to achieve as an objective in life. Okay, so keep your focus on your future rather than the past. You need to always think about what you create next. Yes, after you are done with a job, you keep it aside. Yes, people might give you accolades, people might clap for you, but you need to keep that aside. You don't need to rest on the laurels of what you've achieved yesterday. Always focus on the future. Let the future draw you to what you can do next. What can you create next? If you're a movie producer, if you're a writer, what book can you write next? What movie can you make next? If you're a comedian, what set of jokes can you be able to come up with next? Don't rest on the laurels of yesterday or even today. Always think about what you can do next.
You are still listening to Formula for Every Day with the Formula Law. Stay tuned.
So what can you do that has never been done? What is your innovative strategy to actually bring in a whole new idea into your industry, into the marketplace, in order to be able to achieve what you've never achieved before? When I feed the beast personally, something magical happens. I suddenly find myself seeing things differently. Things that may have seemed very difficult, I begin to find different ways that I can achieve those things. Okay, so one of the softwares that has been scaring me for a very long time is After Effects. Okay, but I started feeding the beast of wanting to be one of the top visual content creators in the world. So I have to start looking at different ways on how I can achieve this, looking at this software. And with that, different ideas start coming to me on how I can actually achieve that. So that's just an example. Whatever it is you want to achieve, I said, within the realm of possibility, it's totally attainable, irrespective of where you are and what you have. So you can be able to achieve it. So be obsessed with learning. As you continue to learn new things, you keep seeing different, it begins to open more and more possibilities. Don't be scared. You see, whenever you collect even a gig, if it's something that you don't have a total knowledge about, as I said, don't ever call anything impossible. It's always something you can learn. You can always learn on the job, okay? So always be open to learning, daily learning. Read books, listening to tapes, visit and attend conferences. You need to talk to friends. Whenever you're talking, you record conversations, you write things down. Whenever somebody says something that is actually meaningful or a very good reference, you check it out. You Google a lot of things. Like I was reviewing a book with a friend some few days back, Still Like an Artist, and I like what the writer said. He said you need to always make reference to things that you've seen before, because there are things you've seen before that are very relevant puzzles to your new sphere of understanding and the knowledge that is about to open up to you. So feed the economic beast. Always value your money. Don't spend your money on stupid and irrelevant things. Ensure that whatever it is you are spending your money on is actually worth it. be very frugal with spending. Fuel your obsession by how you spend your money. Those with he made a very valid point that I totally agree with. He said those with the smallest goal usually have the biggest money problem. So you need to expand your horizon. You need to expand your thought pattern. You need to open your mind up to the endless possibilities that is within your niche, within your industry, and actually reach out for these goals. So talk about money as much as you can. Yes, talking about a thing, as the chapter started, he said, whatever it is you give attention to will become powerful and grow. So as you continue to talk about money, yes, when a friend talks about how can we get $10 billion, or when a friend is telling you about, okay, I want to blow, like the colloquial Nigerian language of wanting to be big in the industry and wanting to dominate in your sphere. I want to blow. You actually need to define what it means for you to be successful. How much money is going to define success for you? Okay, so how can you use this money to actually better the life of people around you and also better the life of yourself and your family? How can you use it to better the country you live in? How can you use it to better the system? Okay, so these are some of the talks about money you should be talking about. So you need to constantly talk about money. Our culture has already made it a kind of a taboo for us to talk about money, but whatever it is you are not ready to, whatever it is you are shy to talk about, will certainly run away from you. So when your money is wrong, you worry constantly about shortages. When you don't have enough money, when you've not gotten your financial stability right, you continuously worry about shortages and how things are not going well for you. But when you get your money right, you tend to be more open to how you can actually launch out into the endless possibilities of actually using finances to achieve your goals. So always get your money right. Always get your money right. When your money is wrong, you always worry about how you can run into shortages and you become scared. Like you'll be scared about how you can actually utilize the little you have. So you always need to learn how to sell. Like I realized after reading this book and reading a few other books that sales is very, very important for your business. Sales is very, very important if you are an entrepreneur. It is very, very important because your sales is actually the only means that money comes in. So you need to think of different ways on how you can exchange value for money. Yes, you being a good person doesn't mean that you go hungry. If you don't have enough money to put your word out there, you'll be very frustrated and your dreams will eventually die. So you need to think of ways that you can actually produce value in order to look for somebody that can exchange his money for such value you are willing to provide and give to your customers and your clients or your viewers or your audience or whoever it is that is in your space that actually needs the kind of value you provide. So if you aren't making money, or you are not just making enough money, or you're making just enough to barely go by, then you are certainly not going to be able to dominate your competition. So you need to learn. It's all about learning. There is nothing that you can't be able to master. You need to just look for new ways to be able to master your finances. Look for mentors, look for coaches, learn about sales, learn about pricing, learn about dropping your elevator pitch for prospective investors to actually invest in your idea. Okay, so you need to feed the beast with great people. Being great is about having great people around you. Okay, I like how Isaac Newton actually said that if I've attained any successful feat is because I stood upon the shoulders of giants. So you need successful people around you. You need obsessive people around you. You need great people around you. I can say there are so many great people around you. There are so many people around you that you can inspire. I know, like, if you're listening to this podcast, is because you probably met me on one of my social media handles, and that's why I want my community to also be very obsessive. I want everybody around me to be great, because we grow by association. We grow by the affiliations we have with greatness. So you need to inspire other people around you to also be great. You need to identify those that can actually fuel your obsessions and also go with them. You are not the only obsessive person in the world. You are not the only person with dreams in the world. There are other people with dreams also that can also align with your dreams, and we can all achieve great success as a team. So you need to meet with your team every day. If you are an entrepreneur that's been able to grow your business, to have a few or multiple employees, always learn to meet with your team so that they will have a daily target of being on course. They will always be on their toes to work and also achieve the team's goal, and they work with a team spirit.
You are still listening to Formula for Every Day with the Formula Law. Stay tuned.
Okay, so encourage true attention. Give attention to every detail. Ensure that you're always paying attention to what your team members are doing. Don't neglect whatever it is that seems like an obvious pit hole or shipwreck. Always pay attention to what you are doing, your work, and always try your best to improve it. So celebrate successes. Whoever becomes successful on your team, whoever attains a high level of success, you need to celebrate it. Look for ways that you can actually celebrate it. Create company mottos. Company mottos help a lot. I don't want to go into another book, but by God's grace, I'll be able to review that book too. That's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The kind of mottos you put on your team, what you place in your office, the kind of environment you create around your workspace matters a lot. It matters a lot to your team spirit. It matters a lot to your success. So if you do all this, you're going to be able to feed the beast. The idea is to feed the beast. I can remember I was reading a book last year by James Clear, Atomic Habits. He said that motivation is good, but environment matters more. So you need to feed the beast with everything around you, your environment, your thinking, the kind of content you consume. So you need to cross-check those that are on your those you're following on social media. Ensure that these people are actually feeding your obsessions, feeding your primary goal, and exactly where you want to be. All right, so with this, I've come to the end of today's edition of Formula for Every Day. I hope that you got value, immense value. I would really like you to share your testimonial and tell me all the things that you've learned. And if you are interested in reading this book, you can send me a DM on my contact. It is also my WhatsApp contact. I'll be able to send you the e-version of this book. So until I come your way again, by God's grace, on Sunday for a special edition, I need you to keep staying obsessed. I need you to keep dreaming, keep reaching out for your goals, and always remember that we may hope to do better things tomorrow, but the best things are done today. I remain Lawrence Nkwocha. Bye for now.